lot to say about this topic. But before I start, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tisha Ennis. If you're new here, welcome to my video podcast. Guys, it's been a month since I last posted on YouTube. The spirit of inconsistency got me again, but it's summertime and I needed a break. I don't want to post anything on this channel just for the post's sake, and there's nothing wrong with that. No long talk, let's get right into the topic. I want to know, when did it start that women had to be demonized for wanting children in their 40s or their late 30s? Let's stick on the 40s, because I find that in social media, when you see an actress or somebody that is famous post that they're pregnant at 40 plus, there are a lot of nasty comments. When did it become a problem and an issue for a woman to want to wait, to want to live her life, to travel, to get her money right, to get her mind right, to not pass on generational trauma? And even besides that, there are so many other factors for why women didn't have babies in their 20s and their 30s. I can think of actresses like Hilary Swank. The moment that she posted that she was pregnant with twins at the age of 47, the comments went crazy about her age. Why isn't it the same for men? When P. Diddy announced that he was having another child, his, I believe, sixth child, at the age of 52, obviously he wasn't the one that was carrying the child or giving birth. Neither here nor there. He's 52, on the other side of the spectrum of life. And none of those comments that I read were, oh wow, he's old and he's having more kids at his age. But women, on the other hand, it's like you're not supposed to. There's so many different factors of why some women didn't have babies in their 20s and 30s. Some women struggle with infertility in their 20s and their 30s. And some are still struggling with that same infertility issue in their 40s, but still have a hope and a dream to become a mother. Some women were in long-term relationships and marriages in their 20s and their 30s, and they couldn't even imagine themselves having children with that person. I know someone that was in that situation. He had a child, she didn't have, and she thought that she would be perfectly fine not having children of her own with this man. Later on, the marriage dissolved and she ended up getting back together with an old love, and now they have two beautiful girls. She wanted children with that person. With other situations where women have been in long-term marriages and relationships and the man was sterile and they couldn't have children by that man. My aunt had her first two children very young, and she got married to a man who she was married to for decades. And they tried, but the man was sterile. That marriage dissolved. She ended up remarrying someone else who didn't have children. She had a child for him at the age of 42, after all those years of not having children or getting pregnant by this other man. Now, her husband is significantly younger than her, and she wanted to give her husband a child. She wanted him to have that experience of what it would be like to be a parent. There was nobody in the family that demonized her, that said to her, oh, you're too old, why are you gonna get up and have a child after all these years? And if there was, it's nobody's business. Women struggle with endometriosis and still have a dream to have children, or maybe they already have children and they want a second child or a third child and they're 40 plus. This video is not to address the naysayers. This video is really to address the women who still have this hope and desire of becoming mothers at 40 and 40 plus. There's nothing wrong with the time that you took to get your mind right, to get your spirit right, to get your finances right, to know what you want out of life. Even if it was something like wanting to travel, wanting to do you, wanting to have waited and not rush into things. Society tells you that you have to have it all together by a certain age, by your 20s, and even in your 30s. Life. I used to live with such guilt that I wasn't further along, that I didn't have certain things in place. And it took a long time for me to even get over that trauma. And in retrospect, when I think of it, I wasn't ready. I would have gotten into a marriage or a relationship and not been the best wife or the best mother. Another factor that I can think of that is personal to me is my faith. There are so many Christian women out there that are waiting to be equally yoked with a man that has that same relationship with God, a man that has a foundation in the principles of Christianity, is a man of integrity, believes in waiting until marriage to consummate the marriage. Women have always outnumbered men in the church. Maybe you live in a big city like I do, and sometimes you don't find that many Christian devoted men as you would find in maybe like a Bible Belt state. I could be just generalizing, but I don't know, these are just some of my thoughts. Some of us have stayed in churches that literally had no men. Small churches like the church that I go to that have men, majority of them are older, majority of them are married, so XX, and the trickling that came in were just like, you're not mine forever, ever, never. It's so many different factors. Women that have also been in long-term relationships in their 30s and 20s and marriages where the man literally strung them along, convinced them that, oh, when I'm ready, we'll have a child. And it never happened. Now you're available, you're in your 40s, and you feel like all this time has been wasted, but I still have this desire inside of me to be a mother, want to mother. Women who were in relationships in their 20s and their 30s, and the man wanted something different at the time, and you decided that that's not what I want right now, and it ended. And now you're in your 40s and you're feeling a sense of guilt for missing that opportunity. I want to let you know that what is for you is for you. you. And if you were meant to marry that person, if you're meant to end up with that person, he wouldn't have gone anywhere. He wouldn't have been able to move on. But if he did move on, some way, somehow, it'll work out again. What is for you is for you. If you were meant to be with him, you would have been with him. You would have had children with him. Don't live in a sense of guilt. Don't feel like your time has passed. Don't feel that he was the only fish in the sea. There are billions of people in this world. Don't limit yourself. Don't think your ship has sailed. That there is still life at 40 and after 40. I'm 43. Actually put that out there. My favorite YouTubers that I have watched for a very long time is Shameless Maya. She's married to a man that just turned 29 and she's 42. And that's a whole nother video about older women being with younger men. Watch out for it. I got some stuff under my sleeve. They didn't have their first child until she was 40, 41. And I'm pretty sure that she got criticism that came in her comments. I don't know if there were any comments of the such, but I'm assuming. As for myself, as for women like you who still desire families, you don't have to feed into the comments. Sometimes we need to put down Instagram. I haven't logged on to my Instagram pages since December 31st, 2021. Have I been on Instagram since then? Yes. Not through my account, but I have friends that send me links through Instagram, family members that send me links through Instagram all the time. And if those pages are public, you can still view it. But me not logging into my own account has done some wonderful things for my mental health. Some of us really just need to put down the social media, stop listening to that negative inner voice, stop reading those comments and feeding our spirits with the fear factor of what will people think, or am I too old to have children? At the end of the day, only God has the last say. And I want to encourage women that it's nobody's business what you desire with your body, the body that God gave you, the body that God created. If you want those children, continue to hope, continue to pray, fast. Some of us need to turn down our plates, stop putting food and drink to our mouths for a few hours or days, however long the Lord leads you. Because when you fast, though you may feel the hunger pains, you're emptying out your stomach, but filling your spirit with something more valuable. If you spend time in God's word, if you spend time in prayer, it's like an exchange. You're eliminating waste, but you're also filling your spirit with positivity. You're filling your spirit with downloads that the Holy Spirit will be giving you in that time of fasting. Speaking to my Christian sister who has waited a long time. Waiting is hard and the thirst is real. But don't give up. Remember what our God says, that though the vision tarries, wait for it, for it shall surely come to pass. My whole desire for this channel is to feed faith, to feed hope, to feed and speak life into women who are considered now middle-aged. Which is insane to me because when you think of even a 35-year-old woman, as soon as they get pregnant, that pregnancy is called geriatric. What is old about being 35? God knows how they treat women that are 40 plus. It's neither here nor there. You have every right to hope. You have every right to still want to have a family. You have every right to want to get pregnant and have children. Videos that have circulated on YouTube and TikTok of women even getting pregnant in their 50s. And the absolute disgusting and atrocious comments that are put in there are jeers and of laughter and people making fun of like, oh, grandma's pregnant. And of course, when you put yourself out there on a public platform, even though you're celebrating God's miracle, you open up yourself for scrutiny. But at the same time, it also feeds life into someone else to hope and to dream that, hey, I still have time. I want to share a video of a doctor that came up on my timeline that really sped knowledge into me, that spoke about women in their 40s that conceive and want to have children, and that it's not hopeless for you. Like if your mom had her period still in her 50s, there's a good chance that you will still have your period in your 50s and you can conceive a child. Is that always 100% the case? No, it's not. But there's a high factor in that. And so one size doesn't fit all. And that's all I want to share for today. But if you like what you saw and what you've listened to in this video podcast, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to this channel. And today is August 6th. I don't know when this video is coming out. Hopefully I'll be able to edit it and post it in the same week. But if not, I cannot miss out on the opportunity to wish all my fellow Jamaicans a very happy Jamaican Independence Day. Big up to my island, my beautiful island. We look about with Talawa, love or no, that's it. Peace and love, everybody. Bye.